In 1984, Hungary, under the oppressive Soviet regime, a family gathered to celebrate Christmas. The daughter asked her mother, Erin, why they prayed when God couldn't protect her father. Erin reassured her that her father was fine and would return soon, but the daughter knew she was lying and denied it. In frustration, Erin slapped her. That night, the girl cried herself to sleep, and Erin apologized for hitting her. The young girl admitted that she couldn't even remember what her father looked like. The next morning, a postman delivered a letter informing Erin that she had been ordered to serve in Soviet labor camps. The letter warned that if they tried to escape, they would be shot, and if they resisted, one more family member would be sent. Left with no choice, Erin packed her belongings, saying goodbye to her daughter and promising to return soon. Erin joined a group of women on the journey to the camp. During the trip, a Soviet soldier harassed a young girl. Concerned, Erin approached and asked her name, but to her surprise, the girl was deaf. The girl wrote Anna on a slate board. Erin shared her food with her. Later, they arrived at a train where everyone was being loaded. Suddenly, two men tried to escape, but Soviet soldiers shot them dead. Terrified, all the women boarded the train. During the journey, Erin cared for Anna as if she were her own daughter. Late at night, they arrived at the labor camp. As the women were being forced off the train, one of them was too sick to move. Erin approached a Soviet soldier, requesting that the woman be taken to a hospital. Enraged by her request, the soldier shoved her to the ground and was about to strike her when another woman intervened, apologizing on Erin's behalf. Once inside, the women were ordered to strip off all their clothing. A soldier inspected Erin's body before telling her to go to the showers. Trembling from the cold, Erin complied. Afterward, the soldiers threw clothes on the floor for the women to wear. Once they had settled down, a soldier entered and called for a woman named Eva. Later, all the women were gathered outside as a Soviet commander delivered a speech, with Eva translating it for them. The commander declared that Germans like them had destroyed everything in the name of Hitler, and now it was time for them to rebuild. They would be working in the Donetsk mine. The commander outlined 3 strict rules they had to follow, warning that anyone who disobeyed would be thrown into a bunker without food or water for 3 days. First, no one was allowed to escape. Anyone caught trying to do so would be shot on sight. Second, they had to meet their daily work quota, or they wouldn't receive any supper. Finally, they would continue this labor until the war ended. Only then would they be allowed to return home. Time passed, and Erin, along with the other German women, began working in the mines under brutal conditions. Each woman was assigned a tunnel to work in. Anna was given tunnel number 3, while Erin was assigned tunnel number 12. Unwilling to be separated from Anna, Erin begged the soldier named Fabian in charge to allow her to work in tunnel 3. Fabian said it was too small for her, but Erin pleaded, promising to kneel while working. Reluctantly, the Fabian agreed. As a result of kneeling while working, the skin on Erin's legs became torn and raw. The freezing temperatures only worsened their misery, as even the water in the showers was frozen. When Erin and Anna went to get their food, they were told that nothing was left, forcing them to go to bed hungry. The next day, Erin noticed a commotion between a guard and a man named Rajmun. She asked the guard to save some food for her and Anna, but he demanded intimate favors in return. Erin refused. For 3 days, they continued their routine without receiving any food. Frustrated and exhausted, Erin lashed out at Anna, blaming her for the delay in completing their daily quota because Tunnel 3 was small and slow to work in. Anna told Erin she didn't have to keep doing it for her, and Erin agreed. The next day, Erin worked in a different tunnel and was finally able to get food. Rajmund, who had grown fond of Erin, secretly gave her some food, which she took back to Anna. One day, Erin noticed a spoon near her bed, left by Rajmund. When she used it to eat the next day, the other women wondered where she had gotten it. Meanwhile, Eva, who worked directly for the commanding officer, didn't have to labor in the mines and always ate well. While working in the mines one day, Erin noticed that Anna had developed a fever. She asked Fabian to take them to the medical room, and he agreed. However, the nurse informed them that there was no space available, except in a section called transit, where the sick were left to lie on the floor. Refusing to leave Anna there, Erin took her back to their room and began caring for her. Another woman examined Anna's hand and told Erin that she had typhus, a disease spread by fleas. The next morning, the soldiers came to gather everyone for work in the mines. Aaron pleaded with them to let Anna stay behind, explaining that she had typhus and was too sick to work. The soldiers ignored her pleas and forcibly took both of them to the mines. At the mines, Aaron approached Fabian and explained Anna's worsening condition, pleading with him to help get her medicine. Fabian mentioned that he knew a truck driver who might be able to get what they needed. He introduced Aaron to the driver, who said the medicine was expensive and demanded a watch in exchange. Aaron didn't have a watch, so she offered him her ring instead. Fabian warned her that the driver could be a fraud, but with no other option, Aaron took the risk and gave up her ring. As everyone returned to the camp, one of the guards noticed that Aaron and Anna were still in the mines. He escorted them back, but Anna's condition worsened along the way, and a fierce snowstorm made the journey even more difficult. Aaron begged the guard to let them rest for 10 minutes while they waited for the medicine. The guard warned that if they tried to escape, they would be shot on sight, but Aaron promised they wouldn't run and would return to camp after resting. Reluctantly, the guard agreed and left them alone. As they sat in the freezing storm, desperately hoping for the medicine, a fox suddenly appeared in front of them. Aaron, seeing the fox approach, rushed back to Anna and tried desperately to wake her, only to find that she was unconscious. Panicked, Aaron began dragging Anna's limp body through the snow, trying to get her back to camp. But the fox grew aggressive, inching closer. Terrified, Aaron abandoned the effort and ran back to the camp for help. Breathless and frantic, she told a soldier about Anna still being out in the storm, but the guards ignored her and pushed her aside. Fueled by desperation and anger, Aaron snapped and began hitting the soldier in frustration. In the chaos, she somehow managed to grab a gun, but she had no intention of hurting anyone. She pleaded with them to help her get to Anna, but the commotion attracted other soldiers, who quickly surrounded and disarmed her. When Aaron awoke, she found herself locked in the bunker, alone and unsure of Anna's fate. In the bunker, Aaron noticed something unusual on the ground. Curiosity overtook her, and she began clearing the dirt, revealing a hidden door. She opened it and descended the stairs. To her astonishment, she saw her daughter sitting there, tears streaming down her face. Overwhelmed with emotion, Aaron ran to her and embraced her tightly. Moments later, her husband appeared, and the three of them shared a tearful reunion, hugging each other in relief. But just then, Aaron was jolted awake by the warmth of the sun rays. It had all been a dream. Reality hit her as she found herself alone in the cold, dark bunker once again. After staying in the camp for some time, Aaron, like Anne, caught typhus. She, too, is denied medical treatment and left to die with the other sick people. However, when Rajmund doesn't see Aaron for some time, he starts looking for her. After a long search, he finds her in a room where many sick people had been abandoned. Rajmund rescues her and takes her back to the hospital, bribing the doctor with cigarettes to get her treated. Aaron and Rajmund talk for the first time in the hospital. Aaron appreciates Rajmund's care and asks him why he's looking after her. Rajmund confesses that he likes her and attempts to kiss her, but Aaron stops him, saying she cannot betray her husband. Rajmund responds by saying that escaping the camp is nearly impossible, so Aaron must learn to live here and make it her home. A few days later, Aaron learns from her doctor that Hitler has died and everyone can now go back home. Overjoyed, Aaron returns to her room to pack her things, though she hasn't fully recovered yet. As she prepares to leave, she learns that after Hitler's death, Soviet President Stalin ordered that all prisoners must continue working in the labor camp. Devastated, Aaron's hope crumbles. The next day, Aaron meets Rajmund in the mines and tells him she wants to escape and reunite with her daughter. Rajmund tells her that escaping is impossible and she must learn to survive here. He teaches Aaron how to make cigarettes, explaining that cigarettes can be used as bribes to get things done. Rajmund also teaches Aaron that to survive here, she must stop thinking about others and focus on herself. Slowly, Aaron becomes more confident and starts living a better life in the camp. One day, Ava fell sick and got scabies. She asks Aaron for medicine, but Aaron, now completely changed, refuses to help Eva. Ava leaves empty-handed, and Aaron continues spending time with Rajmund, while Eva notices but doesn't interfere. One day, an accident occurs in the mines, injuring Rajmund. Aaron helps him just as he had helped her before. She bribes the doctor with cigarettes to get Rajmund treated and takes care of him. During this time, Aaron realizes that she has fallen in love with Rajmund. With Ava's help, Erin and Rajmund grow closer and eventually become intimate. The story jumps forward 4 years, and by now, the camp has become their home. Everyone is living happier lives. Eva has even given birth to a daughter, whom they all care for together. Suddenly, the camp residents receive news that they will soon be freed. Overjoyed, Eva starts crying, and everyone prepares to return to their homes. Rajmund and Erin want to stay together, but Rajmund learns that the place he used to live in Hungary is now part of Yugoslavia, so he can't stay in Hungary. He must move to Yugoslavia, meaning he and Erin will never meet again. However, a soldier tells Rajmund that if they want to stay in Hungary, they need to declare themselves as Germans. This is a moment of decision for Erin. During the identity verification process, Rajmund declares himself German and boards the truck to Germany, waiting for Erin to join him. As the truck begins to leave, Rajmund fears that Erin won't come, but just in time, Erin appears, running toward the truck. However, instead of boarding, she gives Rajmund a letter and says goodbye forever. In the letter, Erin thanks Rajmund for loving her so deeply. Reading the letter, Rajmund becomes emotional because he had fallen deeply in love with her over the years. Erin finally returns home and is reunited with her parents, feeling both happy and sad. After arriving home, Erin learns that her husband had died in the war. She is overwhelmed with emotions but fulfills the promise she made to her daughter years ago to return to her. Meeting her daughter brings Erin immense joy.